if you follow this procedure, and then if you have all the various things like keys and all that, things are relatively easy for us. I'll just, what do you see for the present, what I'll see if I can get all the things back. See, I have all those beautiful keys that are still present. All that I need to do at this point is make all this and see if I can make some keys. In this, if I see this one is probably unique, I make a solid out of extruding this planar curve. See this? Similarly, I take this, I am sorry, I will take this, make this also into a planar thing, make this. See this. So, I will make one more thing, one more new layer which I shall call keys. Give it some exotic color, in this case maybe a little purplish color, little dark is better, otherwise it won't show. Change all this into that layer, make all these properties, change them into keys layer, and see if I can play around and see, I have this nice keys that are ready, okay. For purposes of this thing, right now what I will do is only the filleting of the top I will show you. I have a nice key there. Seen that? It is also possible for me to make the other corner also of a similar dimension. Unfortunately, this my package here does not make such beautiful things, but however I will try. You see here now I have a, see, nicely beautifully created thing here. You see here the difference is, now if you see the corner compared to the other one, here the corner also is rounded, which is probably one of the ways. Now this I can use as it is, or go back to that point I have shown you and see whether what I can do with this. So one of the keys I managed, I will go back with the other keys, quickly finish this there. Not bad, works. So I switch on the top, then I switch on the all other layers including the default. See here I have, you have noticed nicely I have those cute keys sitting here in this place. So if you see one of these keys, this one now seems to have popped out a little. I will see if I can push it back. I have a keyboard in which all the keys are sitting comfortable and flush. It is just for me now to take one of these keyboard keys and then try to copy it in the suitable place. I have got 4 keys copied here. I will now see this whole bunch whether I can take it there. Not bad. I will take these 3 keys, copy them here again. My device is slowly getting ready. At this point, as I pointed out to you earlier, if you are to make it in just simple plastic or sheet metal, my suggestion is you can go ahead and leave things as they are. So, if I now switch off these what do you call go to the say top, switch off these keys, see I have those openings back where they are. So, at this point, if you remember, the corners were not very good after the first key which I have made. This appears sharp here. In reality, things are not sharp. So, it is possible for me now to go and see whether I can repair this old same solid. I again try to make the solid fillet edge, and instead of that large diameter, generally I will try to use a smaller diameter. See what has happened of it. If I just switch on the keys layer again, you see here, this seems to be more what we were looking for. Understand, no? This seems to be a little better than what it is, because the color does not look very elegant. However, I just wanted to show you that this is a simple way of how to tell building those things. But the moment you have more of these fillets, more of these things, drawing is likely to become big, and my the small ancient archaic desktop is not able to make this, handle this and affect regeneration. Now, for us to make this, it is very, if I have to fabricate it, it is very easy to fabricate this. I just need to take only this top portion. Yes, in this, take a printout which is what do you say, take a printout of this, a 1:1 printout, stick it on another thing. It could be sheet metal, or it could be a plastic sheet, or it could be any other thing. Keep it on that and try to open these things. And if you have a file of this file can be sent to the laser cutter. So, what the laser cutter does is, depending on how well you make the proportions and the gaps and all that, it will give you an identical piece like this. Now, you are in, I mean, it is convenient for us to make things very quickly. I have started with a simple outline, then I have started to remove the various keys and all that. This I can conveniently pass it on to the any other fabrication facility. So, in this case, at this point, allow me to what you call sort of deviate and go to a way of, can I make something which is little more elegant than this. All that needs is I will just start working with the, what do you say, let me call it the green portion of it, which is the bottom, then the blue portion of it, which is here, and then I try to remove all other things. Okay, I have these two together. Now I will see, depending on what you call, in what mood my what do you call this software is today, see if I can join these two. This is a solid, this is a solid. I go here and try to make a union. I hope it works. Ah, it worked. Surprise. It doesn't often work, but today it worked. You have seen this? I have a nice cover made out of the middle body of the thing, and then the bottom, they have been joined together. It's convenient for me because I can turn the other piece upside down, build up all my things including the PCB and all, and put it here. One way of making it is that. Other alternative will be maybe make the top and bottom, make it into two halves. So I go back to the bottom, you have seen this. I can maybe join this to the other one and then try to put things inside, which is equally convenient and easy for me. Seen this here. As yet, these two are of different colors. It's a matter of a very simple principle for me to join these two. So I'll try to now try that. I'll make a union of this with this. Hey, it is joined together. Big surprise for me. Yes, he joined. Haha. Only thing is the color, no, this color is very different from the rendering color. So I am happy that I have an object like this. I will see which layer it comes to the default layer. I will see if I can change the default color to more pleasant see here. I have a top cover with a bottom. So for the present, what I will do is I will try to shut off the bottom like before. You have seen this? Oh, I will see if the color can be made little brighter. So I have all the four corners. Now at this point I need to see if I can do something to make things a little more easier. As I said, the machine is simple and the package is equally simple. So put up with it. I will try to fillet only these corners. This part I will come back later. So I will see, I make a solid, and then as before now I try to make a fillet edge, and then by default it shows some 0.4. I will see. You have seen that? It looks like a small fillet has been created there. Oh. Can you see here? a gentle fillet of the body has been created. These are only the construction line. Construction lines I will hide, and you see nicely I have a corner that is made there. That is the filleted corner. Can you see here? Small internal 0.5 I have given. Now, I will see if I can continue this in all the corners. I will get back to the old filleted edge here, and then to make things a little faster, I will just stick to one what you call edge filleting for all the openings and see how well things come out. Sir, thanks for your patience that you are trying to hold on. As I said, have no option but to wait. I think most of the things have been covered. If a few are not covered, see here. Now you notice that nicely this thing, you have seen that all the edges have been smoothened out on the outside, and similarly on the inside also things look better. Now I have a reasonably good enclosure. Now I will switch on the keys, and then now I will switch on the bottom, and then I have a display come everything and a thing which is ready. Right now I have not yet talked about the material properties. I have not talked about actually how to do the rendering and so on. It is just that using basic surfaces I have started with the what do you call key, the display PCB which I wanted to use, which is again taken from the wish board or the breadboard, and then try to go back to the drawing and then try to build an enclosure around it using standard keys. This is one way of it. Alternatively, if you are very sure that it should be only so much, so things on hand I can show you. This is the older one, and then this is the newer one. You see, everything is smaller and all that. Both have their place. Okay, so it is possible for you go from outside to inside or inside to outside. If we had only stuck with known available components, progress would not have happened. So things like this have a place. There's absolutely no issue about it. They all have a place. And the place is saying we try to assemble and make this only just a model which can be eventually scaled up. But then industrial designers all the time, or in general designers, have been working on these things. And coming out with concepts like this. Seen this? To start with, this is not very symmetrical. You have seen that, no? In reality, symmetry is not the what you call thing which is there, because if you hold something in the hand, something extending out is no problem, and still we have place here in which we can provide certain keys and whatever small things we want to do. Maybe we can provide a key here, maybe we can provide a key on this edge. So I still can do certain operations on this object and see things like a simple on off or a rocker switch can be put here and so on. Just a few more minutes, I will see if I can do something here. This time what I will do is, instead of the see, I have two entities here. This one I will use for making small opening here. So I will put one switch here and then maybe one more here. See here, they have conveniently those two openings are sitting there for me. Now I will see that maybe this is not that what do you call elegant. Can I play around and see what best I can do with it? I will see if I can rotate it by 15 degrees. Same thing here. I see if I can rotate this also by 15 degrees. You see here, I have now two openings, one here and one here, which sit like that. So I can put my fingers and maybe operate these things. To make keys, I will use the same thing. Instead, I will scale them down. I will see if I can scale this down. See, this could form the key, this could form the other one. So to make these things compatible, I will just move it and keep it in the middle. So I have a set here which part of it makes the outside. see here I have something which I have created on the fly. So what I will do is I will try to do a solid with a difference. An opening has happened. See here, I have a nice key which now sits here. Don't ask me what it is, because I have created these things on the fly, trying to work easily. Then I can play around. This opening looks a little bigger, and then maybe I can scale this up. This definitely looks much more presentable compared to this key. Can you see? Not too much of a gap there. So now I see if I can, whatever it is I wanted to do, I can play around and then try to make what I call fillet of this edge here and see how well it fillets. I have a cute key there. I just need to copy this key. So in this I have nicely created some object. I won't know what it is, and the thing being, this thing can be now done by any of this rapid prototyping process, including that so called 3D printing. I can use it for molding, and thirdly, a process still used occasionally is so called vacuum or thermoforming. So if you can make a matching mold on it and keep a sheet and press it and do it, these organic shapes can very easily be created by that. Now it's for me to just I can make different colors of this, and then for convenience I'll make this into a yellow key. This I'll make it into maybe a blue key. You have seen this here. I have a blue and a yellow key. Now if I go back to the original wireframe, I have it like this, and maybe when I regenerate it now, it comes here. Only thing is, during rendering materials, if I give the corresponding material, I have the necessary object. I just wanted to point out to you that the starting point is this. In this case, they are real life components, and I make the circuit, and then after that I do all these necessary operations and then put everything, and then eventually we have a box. Now the thing being that designers will parallelly be always thinking up of things which are better. That is how things like these beautiful whatever objects you see are always there. Sometimes they are very functional. Sometimes it is a matter of making a small differentiation for different market segments. There is always the upmarket, people would like to own things. Initial stages I showed you about a Vertu, what do you call that, mobile phone. Whether you get a strong signal is not important. The fact is it is rare, and then other backup devices or concierge service on Virtue is very important. So, we have very expensive things. Same thing as you may have a watch which has diamonds rolling around in it, or something which is made with a bracelet, or if you see toys for boys, you have diver's watch, and you have mariner's watch, and then you have aviators, what you call aviation watches, where visual cues, everything is there. They can also be used, but routinely you do not use it for that. This is the differentiation or product positioning. Product positioning these days refers to maybe putting a few products in your video games. When the shooting is going on, you see a vending machine. Originally it was about how do you position the product in the mind of the consumer. So, we know that certain things are valuable. If you buy something and then not easily attainable. What I have shown you so far is a very simple and effective way of trying to make small things in the what you call in your fabrication shop and lab, but eventually you have to probably work both backwards and forwards. Decide on a set of features which the marketing will support. Adding a small extra value, people pay a little more money than required. So, if you have a price versus features, a little more price and people think you are getting more features, people will buy the more useful things. So, one of them is it may be future proof for the next say 5 years. Nobody would have thought that the features we have in these mobile phones. These days in a mobile phone, probably people worry about the camera, and similarly people worry about the connectivity, how well you can upload it, to the extent that several SLRs have Wi-Fi built into it. You take any of the new Canon EOS things, most of them come with a Wi-Fi, and remote is not so fashionable these days. So, if you take the they are not very expensive also. So, the camera transmits pictures here, and then I can use it for operating this thing. These are all features which have to be built into the equipment. Some of them are external. So, if I see a mouse like this, I have probably picked it up by just looking at it, how nice it is, but then on closer observation I see that this has a nice grippy surface and this has a smoother surface, and then I have wheel. Again, this wheel alone has a beautiful grip, and at the bottom there are 4 what do you call spacers which will ensure that it will move smoothly, absolutely smoothly, and then all other features are there. So, how to make things is partly here, what to make is where you have to use inputs from focus groups saying this what we are looking for, not what is already in the market, what is little ahead of it. So, depending on what you read, you will come across saying how many products are successful. I leave it to you to go and check it up on the net, or retrieve it today to see out of all the new products how many actually make it. Okay. So, thank you until we meet again in the next lecture. So, bye.